Imagine your shadow trying to understand you. It sees a moving, squishy blob on the ground and thinks, wow, that's a complicated creature. But that blob is just a 2D slice of a 3D you. Now flip it. What if everything we see is the 3D shadow of a 4D thing? That 4D cube is called a tesseract. Let's climb dimensions fast. A point has 0 length. Drag it. Boom. A line. Drag a line sideways. Square. Drag a square up. Cube. Drag a cube through a brand new direction we can't point to. Tesseract. Simple rule. Wild consequence. But how do I see it? Same way a shadow helps us see a cube. A cube's 3D body casts a 2D shadow with edges that bend and sizes that distort. A tesseract casts a 3D shadow we can actually render. Those wireframe cubes, one inside another, connected at the corners. It's not cheating, it's projection. Here's where it gets fun: rotations. In 3D, rotate a book around an axis and it spins. In 4D, there are more ways to turn. Planes of rotation instead of lines. Imagine spinning in 2 directions at once. When a tesseract turns, its 3D shadow wriggles like a breathing machine. That weirdness? It's just higher dimensional motion leaking into our world. So, real-life tesseracts? If you expect a physical 4D cube sitting on your desk, no. In data, a 4-parameter experiment is a tesseract of possibilities. Every cell is one combination. In computing, error-correcting codes map to hypercubes. Each bit flip moves you to a neighboring corner. In supercomputers, hypercube network topologies route messages along tesseract-like graphs. In graphics and robotics, quaternions are 4D numbers that make 3D rotation smooth. Your games and drones depend on them. In puzzles, the 4D Rubik's Cube, yes, software exists, scrambles a tiny tesseract and lets you twist it. And time. People call time the 4th dimension because spacetime is a 4D model, 3 of space, 1 of time. That's a different flavor of 4th, since time isn't another spatial direction. A spatial tesseract lives in mathematics, spacetime lives in physics. Both are true, just not the same thing. If you could unfold a cube, you'd get 6 squares in a cross. Unfold a tesseract and you get 8 cubes, a 3D cross that looks impossible, and yet fits perfectly when folded back into 4D. You can build that with cardboard. 8 cubes hinge just right, and watch how the geometry fights you. That resistance, it's your hands arguing with a missing direction. So here's the metaphor I keep. I am a shadow looking up. The universe keeps offering hints, projections, patterns, equations that feel like footprints in the sand from a traveler I can't see. A tesseract is one of those footprints. If this cracked open a new corner of your brain, try this. Sketch a cube, then a cube inside it, connect the corners, and rotate it slowly with your eyes. Notice how edges swap places. That's your 3D intuition training for 4D. The 4th dimension isn't out there. It's underneath everything we already do. We've been walking its edges the whole time.